Well, Todd, as you can see behind me, there's still plenty of smoke pouring out of the shop. Anderson's original sentence was 4 to 20 years in prison, but today Judge Brent Moss released Anderson from the Madison County Jail and gave him 10 years of probation. Thanks, Brendan and Todd. I'm here at the Hebgen Dam where workers are still trying to fix the water overflow. And I talked to a lot of people in the area who said they haven't seen water levels like this in years.
John, what's going on there tonight?
Brenda, tonight is the 8th annual benefit dinner for the Eastern Idaho Youth Symphony. Brenda, 30-year-old Jared Hillman turned himself into authorities on Saturday after a high-speed chase with speeds reaching over 100 miles an hour. I'm outside the Fremont County Courthouse where early this morning, U.S. Senate candidate Rex Ramel filed a criminal complaint.
The man convicted of raping and getting a 10-year-old girl pregnant got his sentence today in Fremont County. Upper Valley reporter John Merrifield joins us now from the Idaho Falls newsroom. John, so what happened in the courtroom today?
Todd, 37-year-old Guadalupe Gutierrez Juarez was sentenced to life in prison, but he will be eligible for parole in 5 years. Juarez also was very emotional as he told Judge Brent Moss through a translator that he swears he will never do this again. Here where the foundation is going to be poured for the Teton Radiology Madison facility sometime next week. This Thanksgiving choir has been around for years, and it's something that family and friends all say is a perfect start to their Thanksgiving morning. Todd, I'm out here at Yellowstone National Park, and today was the first day that the park was open to winter travel. Collapsed a couple days ago, and this is a small example of what Fremont County is worried about happening to larger structures. Tammy, I'm standing outside the City Hall here in St. Anthony, where there still has not been a new mayor chosen, but people who work for the city speculate this might happen at the beginning of the new year. Todd, I'm at the Spud Drive-In movie theater, and behind me is a broken window that this morning was broken into. Thousands of dollars have been taken from the property in different areas, and this is a movie theater that is already struggling to stay open. I'm out here in St. Anthony where there was a police chase this morning that lasted almost 3 hours long. Beside me, you can see the police car that was in the chase, and you can see the light bar was knocked off during the pursuit. Brenda, I'm here at the intersection of 2nd West and 3rd South, where Saturday night 2 women were hit while crossing the street. Both women were taken to Madison Memorial Hospital, where one was pronounced dead. Now, this is the same intersection where last year a BYU Idaho student was hit and later on died in the hospital. 72-year-old Dolores Stanton and 51-year-old Bonnie Warren were both in the crosswalk Saturday when 28-year-old Newell Howard went around a car stopped for them and struck the women. Both were taken to Madison Memorial Hospital, where Stanton was pronounced dead and Warren was in critical condition.
This is a tragic event, and it obviously affects the family, but it affects our whole community.
Mayor Sean Larson said the city has made several improvements to the intersection since the death of BYU Idaho student Shara Birch last year.
We added some overhead lighting, we put in the flashing lights, we've added the flags.
Howard, the driver of the car, has numerous driving violations, including a suspended license in 2001, and charges against him are still pending. People who use the same crosswalk every day are now even more worried for their safety.
Every time I cross, ever since that girl died last year, I always think about that, like, don't get, be careful, take extra caution, especially at nighttime.
Mayor Larson says educating people about crosswalk safety is an ongoing process because of the turnover in students every 4 months. But they are looking into every option to increase safety throughout the city.
More than anything, I hope that both pedestrians as well as people that are driving are very aware of their surroundings.
Mayor Larson also said that immediately they're adding a traffic candle to this intersection to increase visibility. And again, he urges pedestrians to be careful while crossing the street and drivers to watch out for people while they're walking across. Brenda, now we'll take it back to you. Todd, behind me is Dallas Yowsey, a BYU Idaho student who's about to have the chance of a lifetime. He went to open tryouts he heard about for a new Major League Soccer team based out of Washington. And after the coaches selected him, he is one step closer to fulfilling his childhood dream. 23-year-old Jordan Dallas Yowsey, who goes by Dallas, has been playing soccer since the age of 8. He went on to play college soccer at 2 different universities, with one being a Division II school. Yowsey then moved to BYU Idaho over a year ago, but continued to play on an area club team.
The passion and desire to be at the highest level possible was always there, and that's always been my big motivation, is just to play at the highest level I possibly could.
A few months ago, Yowsey started to receive texts and emails about open tryouts for a new Major League Soccer team called the Seattle Sounders.
so he gave it a try.
It was really intense. It was very fun to be there, and I was having a good time. Really had no expectations going in, just tried to play the best that I can.
Out of 100 people at the tryout, Dallas and 2 others made the cut to join 7 more contestants in a live tryout airing after the Super Bowl in Washington.
People are going to vote online, kind of like of American Idol in a way, and then, you know, who the fans want, they choose, and then I think that they narrow down to 3 people, and then some judges say who they want from there.
Yeah, what's going to set you apart from the competition?
I really I really like soccer, so my best part of my game is usually I think my work ethic. I like to work really, really hard on the field and work hard for my team.
Now, the final tryout is going to be a live one, and it will air on NBC affiliates King 5 out of Seattle, Washington. We will update you on how Dallas does. Todd, back to you. Enjoy some live music, some good food, and give to a good cause. Brenda, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean.
Todd, when you meet 22-year-old David Ritchie, you can almost guarantee that he will have a smile on his face. But Ritchie's life took a change last December after his father passed away after battling diabetes for years. Now this tragedy has become a motivation for Ritchie to continue to work hard.
David Ritchie has competed in the Special Olympics for 6 years and is currently training and raising money for the 2009 Summer Games in Boise. One of the things Ritchie looks forward to every year is the people he is able to meet.
It doesn't matter if I have a disability or not. It just means you try to help those who don't get a chance to compete very much.
Ritchie competes in over 5 different events, and his friends say he is fun to watch.
He's phenomenal. Like he's really good and really competitive, and takes Special Olympics definitely to another level. He's really good at what he does.
But this year is a little different than in years past. One of his biggest fans, his father Stefan, will not physically be in the stands during this year's games. He recently passed away after a decade-long battle with diabetes.
Like when my dad first got sick, you can't think of the negativity of what happens with Special Olympics. You got to think of the positive. How can I use this in my everyday life?
After his father's passing, Ritchie says he has worked twice as hard because he feels that is what his dad wanted him to do. Ritchie, or as his friends call him, Hoagie, is the oldest of 4 kids and helps provide for his family by working at Walmart in Rexburg.
I think even though he has his setbacks in life, he's actually really matured and got quite a bit that he does and has quite a few responsibilities that he feels.
With all the things Ritchie is working to accomplish, he says it's his father's memory that keeps him going.
I was like slowing down. I could see my dad and everything. It cheered me on.
Ritchie is a global messenger for the games that will be held this June in Boise. And if you want to find out more about how you can help donate to the Special Olympics, you can go to our website at kpvi.com. Back to you.
All right, John, good story. Thank you very much.
John, what are these boys doing to keep their mom's memory with them?
Brenda, Brett and Kaylin Miyazaki are both on the varsity basketball team at Sugar Salem High School, where their mother, Darla, was their biggest fan. After she passed away last December, basketball has been their therapy and way of keeping their mother's memory close.
Brett and Callan Miyazaki have their first game together on the varsity team tonight. The brothers are the youngest of 6 children and grew up with their mom always being their biggest fan.
She was at everything. She took scores, sort of coached us, I guess, when we were younger.
All of my friends, they always like, oh, you know we have one fan at least. She's always yelling.
Darla Miyazaki passed away over the winter break from a sudden stroke. She was a teacher at Sugar Salem High School and was very involved in several things there. The night of the stroke, the boys came to the hospital to ask their father, Kevin, what they should do.
I met with my boys. I basically said, what would Mom want you to do right now? And they both said, play ball. And so I said, go play your hearts out tonight.
Kevin Miyazaki said his boys even played a game the night of the funeral, and one of his sons probably had the best game of his life.
You know what was expected of their mother. She expected them to do their best in everything, and whether it be sports or academics.
Their mother's memory is now the strongest motivation to not give up while playing basketball, or even in the game of life.
When I got hurt, she'd be the first one to yell, you're not hurt, suck it up, and I'd be right up.
I just think about that sometimes, look up in the fans and just hear her voice, you know, screaming. Makes me sort of get a smile and then keep playing.
My wife always had high expectations for my boys, which makes it very easy. to just have in their life now a pattern of what would your mother expect you to do, and they're always going to be on the high road.
Sugar Salem High School has also started a scholarship in Darla Miyasaki's name. You can go to our website at kpvi.com for more information on that. Also, the brothers showed me a nice surprise they received today as NBA star Kevin Durant wished them good luck on the rest of their season after he met their brother at this recent NBA All-Star game. Brenda, back to you.
Very nice. Thank you very much, John.